You are listening to Pocketful of Diamonds, Book 7 of the Nadia Wolf series, written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2016. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 8. When Ian spied Gerard walking down the path to the mine alone, his stomach performed at least one wretched somersault. "Where's Gwen?" he asked once Gerard stopped next to him.
Don't worry. She's tied up tight in the office.
Ian frowned. While he didn't want her free to cause more trouble, he also didn't feel it was necessary to tie her in the office. But perhaps Gerard was correct. When it came to Gwen, Ian obviously didn't think straight. He'd be better off letting Gerard handle the situation.
Stop glaring at me. She'll be fine. She's the one who suggested it.
Ian didn't realize he was glaring. Gwen suggested that you tie her up and leave?
Not in those words.
Gerard shrugged with a lopsided smile.
She said it wouldn't be wise if Jasper saw her.
Did she say anything else? Gerard nodded.
She said you look to the north corner too often.
Did he? Ian silently groaned. He must have been looking at the diamond cluster unconsciously. Hopefully Jasper didn't notice like Gwen had. What do you think they know?
I have no idea. They've obviously been told there's a large quantity of diamonds here, but maybe they aren't sure yet. Perhaps their source wasn't too sure what he saw. It's not like we pulled out a bucket full of diamonds. For now, it's all hearsay. Only you, me, and Fode know for sure.
Where is Fode? Ian asked, scanning the riverbank.
He's probably at home with his family in quarantine.
Ian nodded. He'll be safer there. The armed men didn't look as though they were itching for a fight, but they looked hungry too. Here, men's loyalties could be bought for pennies on the dollar. Ian motioned for Gerard to follow him.
Where are we going?
The canteen. The men look hungry and thirsty.
Why should we care?
They're only following orders. They're not to blame.
They have a choice.
Did you see them? They're starving. Their families are probably the same or worse. Their weapons are so old they'll probably end up hurting themselves if they choose to use them.
Many people in the surrounding villages are hungry. Not just them.
Desperate people do desperate things. Let's not give them a reason to today. When they arrived at the canteen, Gerard was about to say something. His attention drifted over to the far corner where Saba stood nervously. "What are you doing here, Saba?" Ian asked softly. He didn't want to frighten her, but she wasn't safe here. You should be at home with Fode and your family.
I came to look for him. He's not at home.
Ian looked to Gerard. Where could he have gone? Gerard shook his head.
I don't know, but he wasn't at the office.
Let's not worry about him right now, Ian said. If he doesn't show up in an hour, then we'll start searching. Until then, let's get drinks and food to the workers.
You're giving them our food,
Only some.
but they will steal from our lands.
Then we'll give them what they need so they don't have to steal. Ian gathered supplies from behind the counter. Saba stood motionless until Gerard walked over to her.
It's pointless to argue with him, but we should ask him how he plans to replace the food.
Saba looked questioningly at Ian. Gerard smiled innocently. You're still thinking about pizza, Ian stated. Gerard's smile widened.
Pizza!
Ian chuckled at her confused expression. You know what? I think pizza is a perfect substitute. It wasn't often he could take a bad situation and make it great, but today he could. We'll have a pizza party tonight after Jasper and his men leave. Saba's eyes lit.
I don't know what that is, but I think I will like it.
Ian looked to Gerard. We'll need to send someone to town.
Freetown?
No, Bo will be closer and we'll have all of the supplies.
You plan to make it from scratch?
Ian smiled. With your help, of course.
Of course.
He didn't look so sure. Ian thought for a moment. Why don't you go to Bo and drop off Gwen on the way?
Drop her off?
Gerard crossed his arms.
You're going to let her go?
I don't want her here, and she can't pay back what she stole. So yes, I want her gone.
Gwen, does she have blonde hair?
Yes. Did you see her? Saba nodded.
A long time ago. She gave me this.
Saba lifted a necklace from under her dress. Gerard lightly touched the thin gold chain that secured a gemstone.
A ruby.
She nodded.
At least that's what she said it was.
Why did she give it to you? Ian asked, confused. He recognized the necklace from when he first met Gwen. She had been wearing it. He didn't know why he remembered it. Maybe it was the way it twinkled on her moonlit skin.
I was searching for a bracelet I lost down by the river. It was really early in the morning, and I was retracing my steps from the night before. Gwen asked me what I was doing. When I told her, she gave me her necklace. She said some things are lost forever, and there's no getting them back. I never did find the bracelet. If she is here, I should thank her. I never had the chance before. She left me with such a beautiful gift and then walked away before I could.
Gwen did the exact same thing to him. She gifted him with a night he'd never be able to duplicate with any other woman, and then walked away.
You don't have to thank her. It was probably...
You can thank her tonight, Ian interrupted. Saba didn't need to know that the necklace she had come to love was stolen.
Tonight? I thought.
Ian shook his head. She'll be at the party tonight. Gwen needed to see the families she nearly destroyed, and just like the armed men, perhaps she was hungry and thirsty as well. He'd keep her close for now. The sun was setting and the workers had yet to find anything. Jasper visibly became more and more agitated, yelling at anyone who slowed for a moment. Thankfully, the crew had eaten a full lunch thanks to Saba's help. She had stayed in the canteen to prepare what she could while Gerard and Ian brought it out. The workers were both wary and relieved. It took some arm twisting, but Jasper finally allowed them to take 5 minutes to eat and rest. After a full day of work, they had to be hungry again. But this time, they were on their own. Gerard crossed the river, the water lapping at his knees. He stopped by Ian to say,
Saba hasn't seen Fode all day. She's worried.
That worries me too. We need to get Jasper out so we can do a full village search.
Jasper doesn't look like he'll finish anytime soon.
His workers are to the point of exhaustion. He won't have a choice if they start passing out.
I don't think we'd get an argument from the men if we forced them out.
Probably not, but I don't want them to act rashly either. They are hungry and tired. Let's not push them when a simple nudge will do. Gerard nodded.
By the way, Gwen is hungry too.
She can eat pizza with the rest of us. Are the supplies here?
Yes, we'll have to make everything by hand. They didn't have anything pre-made, not even the sauce.
It will be worth it. Ian smiled. Gerard's stomach growled.
There are enough ingredients to make 100 pizzas, and I could eat all of them right now.
Ian eyed him. You must have been hungry when you made the list. I hope you're not expecting me to make 100 pizzas tonight. Gerard shook his head.
No, just 50 today and 50 tomorrow.
Come on, Ian said, heading over to Jasper. Let's get this over with. As they crossed over to Jasper, Ian hoped he wouldn't put up a fuss. But by the way he was barking, he wasn't going to leave with a polite request. He was furious they hadn't found a single diamond yet. Jasper, Ian called out as he closed the distance. Your men are tired and hungry. There is nothing here except dirt. Give up. Jasper's eyes darkened as his gaze latched onto Ian.
You tricked me. You must have mined everything yesterday after I left.
You can think whatever you want. You took the last of the mined diamonds yesterday. Which was true. Jasper was actually standing on top of the diamonds they hadn't mined yet. I'd like payment now. Jasper called to his workers to gather up their supplies. He turned to Ian.
You will get nothing from me. Pray I don't call the government and let them know you're sitting on a fortune.
Then they'll be as disappointed as you. And I don't think you'd want to disappoint them. Not with all the stories I've heard of you.
You don't know anything.
True. I still don't know who leaked false information. Tell me who it was, and I'll split the diamonds you took yesterday.
They're mine now, but if you wish to bargain with more, then I'm all ears.
Then you have clogged ears.
Gerard said, stepping toward Jasper. Ian held up his hand to stop Gerard. We are done here. Jasper, you are no longer welcome.
And make sure not to return.
The workers had already cleaned the area and hauled their tools and weapons back to the trucks, not bothering to wait for Jasper. Realizing his own men had abandoned him, he sputtered and raced to catch up.
I hope he falls in the river.
Do you think he'll come back again tomorrow?
Unlikely. I doubt he could get the men to come back to mine barren land. He'd have to get a fresh batch of workers.
It wouldn't be hard for him to do. There are many people who would come just for the chance to eat.
True. But I doubt even Jasper wants to wallow in dirt for another day.
Ian nodded. Jasper might not want to muck around in the mud, but somehow Ian didn't think this was the last he'd hear of him. Jasper could cause a real problem for the village. Is Gwen still in the office?
Yes, and she's your problem now.
Gerard scratched his neck.
I refuse to take her to the bathroom again.
Ian arched a brow, not knowing how to respond. I'll deal with her.
Thank God.
Gerard tromped down to the river and began crossing it.
I'll meet you at the canteen. I need a beer.
No pollo tonight?
I'm not in the mood to become lightly buzzed. I need full-on falling over drunk.
Ian had a strong urge to follow him and see if he could surpass falling over drunk. Oblivion would be nice right about now. Instead, he sighed and walked the path to the office to untie Gwen. She could help with the pizza. He promised himself not to speak to her about anything other than food, the weather, or bet on how many beers Gerard could drink before he actually did fall over. Anything else would only anger him and make Gwen tight-lipped. And once the pizza party was over, she could sleep in the office. Tied up, of course. And he could fall into his own bed. He couldn't wait. He was already supremely exhausted. Ian stopped mid-step. Crap. They'd forgotten about Fode. Well, if Gerard was heading to the canteen, Saba would be there to remind him. He'd get the search party started. Ian rubbed his forehead, attempting to stop a growing headache. He shouldn't let this runaway day get the better of him. It was simple, really. All he had to do was retrieve Gwen from the office, find Fode, make pizza for an entire village, drink beer, then pass out. Easy enough.